Hey everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the Garmin inReach Mini 2 and then going over how to use some of the key functions. So the Garmin inReach Mini 2 costs $400 at the baseline price. However, it often goes on sale for $300, which is when I bought it from REI. The Garmin inReach Mini 2 is a satellite messenger, so it is a great tool to stay in touch with family and friends and just for safety while you're in the backcountry. If you're hiking on the Appalachian Trail, there's a lot of places where you actually do get cell service, but not everywhere. And then other places, such as the Pacific Crest Trail, it's a must. During my hiking trip through the North Cascades earlier this year, I definitely needed to use this because I had no cell service the entire week I was out in the backcountry. Unfortunately, it only does text messaging and you can't actually do phone calls, but there are a lot of other very cool, very useful features on this device. So first of all, when you want to start using it, you need to go to the Garmin inReach website and opt into one of these service plans. It is not free to use. You have to pay either with a monthly or yearly plan. There's several options available on the website. I use the Flex plan. I think it's the Adventure Flex plan, which allows me to have a set limit of text messages, unlimited check-in messages, unlimited SOS messages, and the really nice thing is that I only have to pay for it the month that I would like to use it, and then I can suspend my services when I'm not using it. So when you're ready to use the inReach Mini, first you press the power button up on the top and hold it for a second until it starts powering on. It takes about a second or two. It usually gives you a warning telling you that it requires an active subscription. And then on the front page, you've got the power on the top left, the time, the date, and then you have it showing if you have any messages and if tracking is active. So you scroll down using these arrow keys on the side, there's an up and down, and you can go through those different pages, your messages, tracking, navigation, weather, and then whether or not it's checking. And then you can also click OK for the rest of the messages. You can click OK for the rest of the functions, and the options are send message, check in, start tracking, navigate, mark waypoint, contacts, service plan, saved, and settings. So to send a text message, click OK, send message, and then if you have contacts already in, you can click on your contact, or you can type the contact, and then you click next. And then you click OK on the message. And it also has, if you go back, one second, it has a bunch of other preset messages, which is really nice. But then you can also type a message, but it takes a long time. As you can see, you have to individually go through and type out each letter individually. There are some options here, however, they are pretty limited. It's not like suggested words on a cell phone. They're very limited. For example, you may say, I'm here at camp, and camp may be a suggested word. However, camping or camps are not suggested words, so it's very, very basic options. Another really cool feature that you can do on the Garmin inReach Mini is enable tracking. So if you click OK, go down to start tracking, you can set it up to send points, and then if you click OK, you can also go to settings and change the send interval. So you can change it to from 30 minutes. Anything less than 30 minutes is not available on the basic Freedom Flex plan. So typically you can do 30 minutes, an hour, or up to 4 hours. And that's the interval at which it sends your location point. And so the battery life on this is really good. At full charge and without turning it on, it'll last a full year or more. Garmin's manual says that keeping it on with the 30-minute tracking interval, it'll last 14 days. And then with the 1 hour interval, it will last 30 days. However, I have learned that if you're sending a bunch of messages, the constant checking for messages and sending messages will use up a lot more of your battery. If you want to test it out, make sure to go outside and have a clear view of the sky. This does not work indoors, at least not very well. Occasionally you'll get a message through, but it's not very reliable. If you go down in the menu, you can see the messages that you have received. If you go to the navigation button and click on it, you can see the direction you're facing and see all the other points at which you have traveled. So it isn't like a GPS that has maps, but it will show you points at which you have already traveled, and there is a mark waypoint option and a track back to where you began point if you need to backtrack. And it also works as a compass. Now weather is also something you can get on it. So if you click OK to update for forecast, it'll ask you, you can click update or change location, and I have it set to my current location, and it uses one of your messages on your plan if you request a message check, and it's good for the whole day, and it also has a short forecast for the next few days available. To charge, there's a panel on the side, and you just have to pull back, and it uses a USB Type-C charging port. It does take a little while to charge, but that is because it has such a long battery life, so definitely plan for at least a few hours for it to reach a full charge from empty. And then most important safety function is on the side. You have your SOS button here. It has a protective cover, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about accidentally pushing the button while it's in your pocket or something. And then you can see the button right there. And so you push and hold if you need to send an SOS, and it'll come up with a confirmation message asking, are you sure you want to send an SOS message? And then you also have the option to cancel the SOS if you do accidentally push it. The body is also very rugged. It is mostly waterproof. There is a certain water resistancy to it. I don't know the specific details, but you don't have to worry about it getting rained on or anything like that. I would avoid obviously dropping it in a body of water where it's going to be submerged, but it is water resistant and drop resistant, which is really nice for being outdoors. And it also has a nice carabiner strap on the back. I like to put it on my shoulder strap of my pack so it's easily accessible and has a good view of the sky to receive messages. Another thing that's important to point out is that for anyone to reply to your messages that you send to their regular phone, they need to download the Garmin Messenger app so that they can send you messages to your Garmin inReach directly. Another cool feature about the tracking is that you can share your location with your family or friends or whoever, and using the Garmin Explorer app or website, you can see where you are on the map and see when that location was updated. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing for more information on backpacking and the outdoors.